What's going on, YouTube? Out here today with the Traxxas Slash 4x4 Ultimate. It's got the Proline Beetlebug body on there. And today we're going to try out yet another camera setting. Swapped it out from 30 frames per second over to 60? Yep, 60. And yeah, this doesn't have the ability to use the wide angle lens, so stuck on the one lens. But yeah, we'll see how 60 frames per second goes. Might be a little more jumpy, and it doesn't have the autofocus, but I think that's alright. Didn't really use the autofocus to begin with. So I actually tried something new out here today on the car, guys. Before I took it out, cleaned the body up a little bit, and I actually used Fritz glass and acrylic cleaner. It's made for aquariums, but my god, it makes that body shine. It just so happened to be the closest thing I had next to me. I just cleaned the glass in my aquariums, and I said, you know what, let me give it a shot on this car. So we'll see if it repels dirt and how it looks after a full round of running. And let me know what you guys think of the camera settings. I don't know how much of a difference 60 frames per second will make, but hey, we'll see. Ooh. Still got to get used to that camera angle. I know that 60 frames per second will definitely add to the rendering time of the video. Curious to see how much. I would assume double, since it's double the frame rate. The body definitely looks like it's holding up to the abuse. Definitely took a smack on the front bumper and the rear bumper more than a few times by now. Hasn't bent the body out of shape or poked it through yet. Now that I said that, it'll probably pop it through on the next jump, but you know, so good so far. Tumble wumble. Let's bring it back, see if we did any damage to the body. Oh, she looks pretty good. Got nothing popping through. Screws are still tight. Oh. Tumble wumble. That one took some beating on the concrete too. Ooh. Hey, we dent it? No, we didn't dent it. We got her a little scarred up though. Oh, she took a heavy one on the back. Oh well. That's what these are made for, right? This car definitely needs some new tires sooner rather than later. We're going to check on the temperatures real quick. Alright. Well, so far, I'm a fan of the 60 frames per second. I feel like the video quality is much better. At least looks better on my end looking through the phone. And I'm okay with the fact that it doesn't do the wide angle, because the wide angle was starting to bother me a little bit with the effects that it had on the video quality. I was giving it that fishbowl effect. So I think we'll get a little bit of better footage now with this. See how it works out. See what the end product looks like. We're at about 128 on the motor when I checked. Oh, tumble wumble. So this season's going to be my first season taking an RC out in the snow. I don't know yet if I'll be taking these guys out or if we'll be getting a special RC just for the snow time. I know it's not going to be so nice on the bearings, hell, or the motor and ESC either, with all that extra weight that builds up on there. But here in New York, sometimes we get a pretty nice winter. I say nice because I'm a winter person and I enjoy it. But we get some good snow sometimes. So if we do, I should say when we do, we'll be looking for some good snow running videos. We'll see what we manage to kick up. I do so detest shoveling snow. Maybe we'll pick up a little snowplow just for the fun of it. I'm going to take a quick look at them temperatures. So we're at about 133 degrees at 11.4 volts. And I keep letting you guys know this. It's more letting myself know. For the future, I can go back and look and see what my temperatures were after certain amounts of runtime or during certain voltages, and see what I want to tweak, where I want to tweak it. If I need to lower it, take more time for cooldowns, whatever it may be. Off the top of my head right now, it seems like this one is really only a few degrees above the Rustler, which is a great thing for me. It's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm happy with the speed, pretty happy with the durability and the way it drives. It doesn't lift the rear end for wheelies quite as easy as the Rustler does, which is a good thing. You know, different type of car, different type of driving. So that's the way you kind of got to look at that thing. However, it does lift the rear end up for a wheelie right before full throttle. So if you get this thing full throttle, it'll lift that front end up. I don't know whether that's due to air getting underneath. I don't think that's the case, since this body I do have higher up than most people ride it, as well as it is a body that avoids parachuting to begin with, so we really shouldn't have too much of that. I'm tending to think it's more about the power that's hitting the wheels or the grip at that point, but it is, once it starts to hit about that full throttle pace, it'll do it. I haven't got the GPS on there yet. Still need to grab one. I was going to get the Traxxas one, but that one, they might be making a new one sometime soon, the guy at the hobby shop said, so I'm going to hold off on that. Might just get one that you toss on the RC, or we might even go with the GoPro 7 Black that comes with a built-in telemetry with on-screen, which is kind of nice, but pretty big and bulky, heavy on the car. So anyway, one day we'll get some GPS on here, because I do have a theory that it's also when it hits 55 miles an hour is when it'll start to lift the front end. So if that's the case, that means that it's parachuting effect. If it's more about the throttle, then it's definitely the torque that's lifting the front end. Torque I'd be happy with. Parachuting, not so much. Alright, so we're on battery pack number 2, and starting at about 115 degrees on the motor. We added up to about 137, about halfway through the second battery. It's not terrible, but I would like it to be a little lower. I have been hitting it pretty hard, so I don't know, I guess I kind of half expected that. Really all about how quickly, is it going to dissipate that heat. Let's bring it back, see if that did any damage. That was a rough one. Nope, looks pretty good. That was another rough one. Hit that takeoff a bit too hard. Tumble-wumble. Well, doesn't look like anything too bad. Bit of a scrape there. I'm okay with scrapes. Not okay with body pins popping through. Tumble-wumble. I'm just hitting that with too much force. There we go. I tell you, people are right. This car just takes a beating. I've been beating her up pretty good. Had some rough landings. Rough landings more about the body than the car itself. But, I mean, she's landed on her wheels, bumpers, pretty much anything and everything. And it's taken it pretty well so far. No, it's not the biggest jump in the world, but hey, bad landing's a bad landing. Oh, tumble-wumble. Let's go get it. Okay, still only at about 124. Give us some flat road running before we get out of here for the day. A little bit of what the Rustler saw earlier. Get a better comparison. landed on her feet. It's a good thing about this body. It does tend to land on its feet more than others. Turning at such high speeds so sharply, not a great idea. Ooh, look at her go. Ouch. Let's go get it. So, upon closer inspection, doesn't look like we broke anything. That, to me, is just a miracle. I don't know how that's even possible. That was a pretty hard crash. And she took it like a champ. This is why I pick Traxxas cars. Because of that. Just beat the crap out of this thing. And it takes it like a champ and keeps going. And I will have to check closer when I get home, just to make sure that I'm correct and nothing's broken. Oh, excuse me, broken. But looks pretty good so far. I don't know if this is shaky to you guys or not. To me on my phone it looks kind of like a little bit of shaky footage. So you guys might not even see this. I might end up cutting this out. We'll see just how bad it is. It's kind of a test of these settings to see if I'm still able to walk around a little bit and not make you guys horribly ill. To me, it looks pretty bad. Alright guys, that was actually the end of the battery there. So we're going to end the video here. This has been the Traxxas Slash 4x4 Ultimate. Mostly stock. It's got a 16 tooth pinion in there. It's got the aluminum motor mount in there. And it's got a Proline body and a Rustler rear bumper in there as well. More additions coming in the future, but that's another video. Thanks for watching guys. Please like and subscribe.